We are part of Team Club, Team Trophy 724, and today we have jean-lucs, the Iron Chef.
The bear.
The bear. And
we're gonna be talking about Vylons.
All right, so let's start. Get these cards out of the way. Go ahead, jean-lucs. Start your deck profile.
So first off, we start off with 3 cubes. Very important. Main tuner.
Okay.
Level 3.
Perfect.
Then we have 3 Stellas. Pretty much a replacement for your lack of 3 cubes, or 80 cubes, I suppose. Not bad. Prism, level 4, pretty nice. For some reason, a Thunder. Let's go. Photon Thrasher.
Why Thrasher?
No monsters on the field. You go this, you synchro. Not bad.
All right, very good.
Same reason.
Trident Warrior. Now, why do you play Trident Warrior?
Because you run 3 of them, because it's Trident, and you run level 3 tuners. Not bad.
All right, very good.
Great. Same thing as Thrasher and Trident. You want to summon synchros really fast, so we run 2 Cyber Tridents.
Very good card.
For the non-spammy monsters, we run 2 Tesseract.
Well, why do you play Tesseract?
Tesseract is a very crappy draw, unless you can get into the Vylon loop, which I'll explain later, and it's broken with Omega.
Okay, so we have 2 of these.
We run 3 Heft.
Why do you play Heft?
It's a beat stick, and in case you don't have Tesseract, you can use him instead.
Okay, very good. And your last monster is?
Honest, because...
Everything's light.
Honestly, yeah.
Honestly, everything's freaking light. Alright, that's all the monsters. So,
alright.
Start with the spells.
So, spells, first off, I'm going to explain Rod of Silence. This is a proxy. It's an equipped spell that the monster that's equipped, any spell that targets it is negated and destroyed. This is very important for the loop. I'll explain it after the deck review.
Okay, so this is 3 Rod of Silence. Next 3?
We run 3 Vylon Matters, probably the best, plus 600, pretty good.
Yeah, and you can add a Vylon. The equip spell to your hand, which is great.
Yep.
Not too bad.
All Vylons do that.
Alright.
Yes, lots of people have trouble getting around this. You can target it with monster and trap effects, which is pretty good. And same as Matter, you search out when it dies.
It's material. Whatever. My deck.
Ancient Gear plus Piercing, they're both just there for optional effects and for popping out when you don't want to get rid of your better ones.
Okay.
We run 1 Reinforcements of the Army because you run Photon Thrasher and Trident Warrior.
Very good.
Situations.
Alright.
We run
Staples.
only 2 Staples, Heavy Storm and Reborn, because I don't like Staples.
Why don't you play MSDs or Dark Hole?
Main reason that I don't play Dark Hole is because I'm not gay, and I don't run MSDs because I prefer this and this deck. Return 3 friend cards, which is very easy. So either draw or destroy a card. Stardust actually can't get around it because it's when it resolves.
That's true. And you can also draw a card if you choose not to activate.
Yep.
Okay, and your last 2 cards are?
We run Vylon Element. This is very, very important for the loop.
Alright.
It's searchable via the equip cards, and it's broken as hell when you start up the loop.
Now, why do you only play 2 of them?
I only play 2 of them because dead drawing them without equip cards is lethal. You can't get out of it. As well, if you just summon a monster with an equip card and just play this, they'll either MSD it or attack your monster, and it doesn't help you.
Okay.
Alright.
So start with your extra deck.
Oh, yes.
And then you can go.
So first off, main monster of the deck that you probably want to get out is Omega. Very, very good effect when it's summoned.
Explain its effect.
When synchro summoned, blow up all normal summoned monsters on the field, which is it can help every now and then. Its primary effect that you want to be going for is it can equip a Vylon monster from your grave directly to him. This is very good with the Union.
Oh yeah, that's right.
As well, once you get into a good position, you can equip spell spam and just negate their monster effects by whipping spells at them.
And he's also very good because he's got 3,200 attack.
Yep.
So
very nice. it's important to get the loop out because you need the level 4 non-tuner, Vylons plus 2 tuners.
Okay. Next card.
Vylon Alpha, probably my favorite right now. Usually you go Cyber Dragon plus Prism. He turns out to be a 3,200 because you're always using Prism, and he can do a lot of nasty stuff to different decks. The only problem with him is he can be destroyed by, while he's equipped, he can't be destroyed by spells and trap, which is very nice.
That is really good, I must say.
But it can be destroyed by the effects of
monsters.
Equip cards, which includes Hornet.
Oh, fuck Hornet. Hornet can die.
It's level 9 and only needs 1 non-tuner, which is crazy.
But it needs a Vylon tuner though.
Yeah.
Like, okay, keep going. Oh, you probably didn't say that Omega you need 2 tuners for it.
Oh yeah, and you need a Vylon non-tuner.
Alright, so next guy.
But yeah. Epsilon, he's a very nice pick. He's sort of like a, what's it called? Scrap Dragon. Obviously he has the Vylon name. You can pitch an equip that's equipped to him to destroy 1 monster. And what's nice about him is he protects his own equipped cards.
Wow, that is pretty good.
Depending on what plays you're going, he's important. I only run him at 1 because I only have 1. I'd probably run him at 2.
Next one.
Now for level 7s, we run 2 Delta. It's pretty important for picking up your plays early game, and mid game you want to summon a wall. He's probably your best wall that you could possibly have in this deck. Searches equip cards, end phase, makes plays.
Okay.
The Sigma, when you bring him out, usually people overreact thinking it's some kind of OTK and waste a lot more than they probably should. But if they don't, you can always plus off of him and attack quite heavily.
Alright, so what is his effect exactly?
If he attacks, and he has no monsters beside him, or on the field with him, you can, at attack declaration, you can equip any spell to him. So there's, I think, 2 OTKs that work primarily around him.
Any spell, what do you mean, from like your deck?
Well, any equip card from your deck directly to him.
Wow, that's pretty good. Go Delta, or Sigma. And your last synchro is...
We run Power Tool because it's a little bit like a Delta depending on the situation, but it adds it during your main phase.
That and Power Tool just grab like an equip card that you want.
Yeah, that as well. It's a give and take. It depends. It's not light, so it doesn't work with cube, but it's important in the deck nonetheless.
Alright, so
now you control no cards. Here, do I have instant fusion? I don't even have instant fusion.
No, you probably side deck it, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, you side deck your instant fusions just in case you need them, right?
Depending on the situation, you might want to run instant fusion.
If you do,
these are cards you probably want to run instant fusion. This is mostly for XYZs. As well, Epsilon does not require light non-tuners, so he does work with that.
Alright, so if you have...
this is Cyber Dragon, this is whatever level 4 you need to be.
And for the last couple cards in your extra deck?
The XYZs, the new broke-ass cards that Konami wanted to bring in.
Alright, so we got Gemini Pearl?
Gemini Pearl, Beat Stick, no effects, so it doesn't matter if you have Skill Drain or whatever on the field.
That is, and it's the secret rare.
Yeah. Finally it came out. Utopia. Depending on what situation, once you bring out the loop that I was talking about, well, that I'm going to be explaining, he's a good pick for level 4.
Okay.
Stability on the field.
Leviathan Dragon.
You can run a different level tree. This is my preference, and that I don't have any. Once you get the loop out, you're going to be XYZing a lot. This is a good option.
And the last 2 cards?
And then the 2 last options, because of the loop being so stupid broken.
1 Terabyte?
1 Terabyte and 1 the Sigma. Terabyte isn't necessarily, like, he isn't a must, but if you can pull him off, it's retarded. It's so stupid.
That and he has 29 defense.
And that is well. You steal monsters. What we've done is we've stolen monsters just so we can fuel for him.
Which was the greatest thing ever. Isn't that right, Ryan? That's right.
2 XYZs that need 3 monsters on the field in 1 turn. That's stupid good.
Alright, so now go into the loop.
Alright, so we're going to start with the main card, which is Rod of Silence. And we're going to grab 2 random equips. It doesn't matter what the Vylon equip cards, as long as they're Vylon equip cards.
Alright. So, go step by step with the loop.
One of these is meant to search out discs. These 2 are interchangeable, but usually you'll be finding yourself with discs because they're more searchable.
Okay.
And so you want to be keeping these in your hand, not discs. But the main idea is to have discs to search out discs. So imagine you have these 2 plus discs. Okay. And you have, say, this is the best case scenario. Say you open discs.
So you open with element, 2 random Rod of Silence, and a random equip.
Yeah. Or if you have a Vylon spell, it also interchangeable.
Okay. And you have any Vylon, or is it this, or does it have to be him?
This is the best situation. Vylon also works with him.
Okay.
In the loop, but this is probably the better idea because, like I said, it's broken ass with Omega.
Okay.
So first off, you start with summoning this crappy ass monster. No worries with Effect Veiler, it doesn't matter. So you go Rod of Silence equipped to him. Vylon Element. So you equip to Tesseract.
Okay.
Rod destroys discs, allowing you to search out any Vylon equip card.
Now,
and
element lets you special summon?
Yes, it allows you to special summon any Vylon tuner. And it can only be used for Vylon synchros. It doesn't care what XYZs you use it as. So what you can do, usually you're going to be playing out into double cube and sinking into, where is he? Omega.
Okay, so you grab Omega.
This allows you to get 2 equip cards, and it allows you to equip Tesseract directly to Omega.
Okay. So you equip Tesseract. Now what? Back it up.
So imagine you have this. You search out 2 equips. You probably even have 1 left over from the loop. You attach this. Say they have like a Sangan. You attack. When you destroy Sangan, you can special summon Cube with Tesseract's effect, and say they use Sangan's effect, you can negate it with Omega. Then, because you equipped Tesseract with Omega, you can just special summon it to standard union and synchro. It depends on the play, but that's the best way to bring out Omega.
Okay, so you synchro Tesseract and Cube. Is that what you're doing?
Synchro Tesseract and Cube, you know, you can go... Here you would usually go Delta. This brings you more options. You can negate monster effects. You have a big beat stick and a wall. It's very nice.
Okay, so
now we're going to be talking more into the XYZ oriented part of the loop.
Okay.
So here we're going Rod of Silence, Tesseract. For here it doesn't really matter. It can be a tuner, it can be any Vylon. So you go into the loop. What you can do is you can summon, say, 3 Stellas. You usually want to keep Cube in your deck because of its ability to be useful when synchro summoning.
Okay.
Stella doesn't really matter, so you use him as fodder for your XYZs. So 3 Stellas equals
a terabyte.
That's stupid fast. You can do this on turn 1 and have a terabyte. Let's see. As well, you can go into triple Prism
to grab the Sigma.
And go to Sigma. Well, usually on attack. But what you might also find is that, say, this is already in your hand. Well, what you can do is you can just, like, steal
level 4.
Steal level 4 and go herb derp.
And this the Sigma.
As well.
And you still have Tesseract on your side of the field.
In this situation, it's actually very nice because you can equip Tesseract to the Sigma, and because it's equipped, any light you battle is also destroyed like a catastrophe. So you suck up a monster and you get it's broken. It's
stupid. But that's why it's awesome.
Needless to say, Rod of Silence will be banned next format. If it's not, it's going to be breaking duels really, really, really quick.
Because of this Vylon, this stock that you just showed us, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So as you can see, you have the option of summoning nearly infinite amount of Vylon tuners. Depending on what kind of cards you have, say you summon him and you have a photon thresher. Well, you can synchro into 7 and keep looping into whatever you want. You have many options. Also, as you remember, instead of MST, we run Vylon Matter. This allows us to
either blow up a card or draw a card.
Yeah. So say you're really down on your luck, and all you have is these two.
Okay.
You have these two plus whatever Vylon.
Let's just go with this one.
Yeah, you can loop whatever equip card as many times as you want. So you have, like, say, 4 equip cards engraved. Next card, you can add Vylon Matter, and you can either blow up a very important card or draw a very important card, depending on what your needs are for the situation.
Also, this we didn't say, but this also puts 3 equip cards in your graveyard back to your deck.
Yeah.
Which is also pretty broken. If what you say, we can just keep going synchro with this thing over here.
Yeah, if you have a lot of equip cards in your hand, this loop plus this equals not only XYZs all over the field, but you get sustain plus destruction. It's stupid. The only bad part about this card is it's a terrible draw, much like Matter or Element. Very bad draw.
These cards are stupidly good in this deck. Is there anything else? No?
Most of the stuff is self-explanatory.
Well, YouTube, that is Jean-Luc, the Iron Chef, or the Bear. I don't remember what we called him at the start.
Iron Chef, y'all.
This was Austin the Amazing as the cameraman.
And show some love, y'all.
Show some love for the Bear. Show some love for Team Flow. Goodbye, YouTube.